Okay, so let's discuss some of the general properties of our solar system. This first picture shows all of the different planets in our solar system to scale. So you'll notice that right off the bat that Earth and Venus are approximately the same size. And then you'll notice that Mars is about half the diameter of the Earth. And then you'll notice how small our moon is in comparison to the Earth. And then you'll notice that Mercury is about the same size as our moon. And then as you go out, you will see some representative objects in the asteroid belt, which is rubble left over from the formation of the solar system, and it's in between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. And then you can see some of the moons of Jupiter, and then some of the moons of Saturn, and then some of the other objects in our solar system. And then notice that at the very far right are called the trans-Neptunian objects. So these are outside the orbit of Neptune, and you notice that Pluto is there. But there are also other objects further out than Pluto. And there might be objects that are the same size or even bigger than what Pluto is, and they have been yet to be discovered. So you might be wondering about the size of Jupiter and Saturn and Uranus and Neptune. Well, if you look at this picture, you'll notice that there are some curves, and so those are the outlines of the edges of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. And then if you look over to the far right, the far left of that picture, you'll also notice that there is another line that is almost vertical, and that is the outline of the Sun in comparison to other planets in our solar system. So here is some facts and figures about the different objects in our solar system, talking about what their mass is relative to the Earth, what their diameters are relative to the Earth, what their densities are relative to the Earth, and then how long does it take them to spin, and how long does it take them to orbit. So all of this information is given in this chart. But what I do want you to realize, though, is that our solar system can be divided up into three major areas. So you're going to have the inner part of the solar system is where the terrestrial planets are. And the terrestrial planets are going to be Mercury, and then Venus, Earth, and Mars. They're made of rock. They're relatively small compared to the gas giants. Then you have the middle part of the solar system where you're going to have two different types of planets. You're going to have gas giants such as Jupiter and Saturn, and they're gas giants because they're composed of hydrogen and helium primarily. And then you also have further out Uranus and Neptune, which are considered ice giants because in addition to hydrogen and helium, they contain ices. And they're located in the middle part of the solar system. They are, roughly speaking, about 10 times larger than in diameter than what the Earth is. And then you have the outer part of the solar system, which is going to consist of very small planetoids that are roughly the size of Earth's moon, and they are going to be composed of ice and rock. And so Pluto is out there, and we consider all of this debris just to be remnants of the formation of the solar system. Okay, so let's take a break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about what factors influence the fate of a planet.